Thank you for joining us. This is ABC 6 News. Good morning. It's now 5 a.m. and I'm Elise Romas. We are expected to learn more today after police say two men were found dead inside a Rochester home. According to Rochester police, an 18-year-old and a 61-year-old both had gunshot wounds. Police were called just before 4 p.m. on the 1500 block of 8th Avenue Northwest. Neighbors say a couple lived in the home with their teenage son for about 3 years. One neighbor we spoke with said she thought something might be wrong when she heard a woman scream. Police tell us there's no danger to the public and the incident is still under investigation. Stick with ABC 6 News on air and online for the latest. A man convicted of first-degree burglary and third-degree criminal sexual conduct has been sentenced to more than 12 years in prison. In June of 2018, a woman told authorities she had been raped by a man she knew only as Mac, later identified as 30-year-old Merwin Coleman. The woman said Merwin broke into her home and crawled into her bed with her while she was sleeping. He overpowered her and assaulted her. She eventually fought him off with a can of pepper spray. Coleman was arrested about a week later in Iowa. A jury convicted him in January. He's been sentenced to concurrent terms of 98 and 153 months in prison. 3 people have been arrested after what police say was an armed robbery in the middle of the street. Albert Lea police say it happened early Friday morning on Main Street East. The 20-year-old victim said he was walking when a car pulled up and 3 men got out and pointed guns at him. The men reportedly took the victim's backpack before getting back into the car and taking off. Police arrested 19-year-old Rebecca Ortega, 18-year-old Nando Sanchez, and a 15-year-old. They could face first-degree aggravated robbery charges. Police say they're still looking for another male who they believe was involved. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to call police. Former Minneapolis police officer Muhammad Noor has been transferred out of state. The Department of Corrections says the location has not been publicized. He's currently serving 12 years in prison for the 2017 shooting death of Justine Damon. Governor Tim Walz officially signed the wage theft bill into law. It went into effect at the beginning of the month, but the governor held a ceremony at the state capitol on Monday. The new law makes wage theft a felony and increases protections for employees.
It brings fairness around those values. It makes sure those who are playing by the rules are not penalized, and we were able to get this thing done in a bipartisan manner.
Employers found guilty of wage theft will now face 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. A group of construction workers from the Rochester area appears to be the first to test the new law. Workers are claiming they were tricked out of thousands of dollars in wages after they helped build a $40 million city-funded affordable housing project. A jury has awarded a former state workers' compensation commissioner $1.5 million, saying the state and former Iowa governor Terry Branstad discriminated against him. Christopher Godfrey alleged it was because he's gay and that a pay cut was retaliation for refusing to quit. On Monday, jurors in the civil trial found that Branstad's attempts to get him to quit and cut his pay in 2011 were discriminatory. Branstad, the U.S. ambassador to China, denied knowing he was gay when he asked for his resignation. Governor Kim Reynolds says she's disappointed and is consulting with attorneys. The verdict in Godfrey's favor could mean Iowa taxpayers will be responsible for millions of dollars in attorney fees for Branstad and Godfrey.